And now we have our link, as you can see here. So youtube.com, free premium access. Hi, and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how attackers trick people into clicking malicious links, and what happens when someone enters their username and password on a fake web page. This is an educational demo only. The goal is to raise awareness so you don't fall for these tactics in the real world. So disclaimer here, this video is for cybersecurity education only. Do not use these methods on real users or outside a legal lab environment. So what is this Maskphish? So Maskphish is a tool that makes phishing URLs look like trusted websites by abusing how browsers display URLs. It is used in real-world social engineering attacks, and here's how it works so you can recognize the danger. So for example, this Maskphish can create URLs like this one. So look here, it looks very correct. So google.com free netro. But when you see this at, then you know there is a phishing process. So at evilsite.com. So this is a link that Maskshark can create. So now how to set up our phishing lab. First, we need to create a fake login page. So let's head to our Kali Linux here. And to create, we can create a very simple web page that includes only a login window. So we can use this. So first we can create, let's do this, paste. So we create a directory called fake login, and we go to this directory. So now we are inside this directory and it is empty. So then we need to create inside it an HTML file. Let's call it index. And we use nano to do that. So we open it and we get this example here. So very simple HTML text. So this creates a login box where someone can type their username, type their password, click a login button to send that info to the website. The website then checks if the username and password are correct. If they are, you are allowed to log in. So let's save. So Control O to save and Control X to exit. We need to create another file, which is PHP file. So let's type nano login.php, something like that, and we get this text here. And this PHP code saves login details into a file, this file. It takes the username and password entered from a form, which is created by the HTML, adds them to a file named this name, so crets.txt. The file append part makes sure new info is added at the end of the file without deleting all data. So very important, this is not secure for real websites. It exposes user data just okay for learning or testing. So let's save this one also and exit. So then we need to serve it locally, which means it launches a local web server using PHP's built-in server. So here we can use this command here to run a PHP server. So let's click enter once here. So now we can visit this website on the same machine. So what this command does exactly. So this command starts a small web server using PHP. Basically, it lets you test a website on your own machine without needing a full web server like Apache or Nginx, which is super handy for development. So let's open a website. Let's try to open Chrome here. And we can copy this. And let's wait. Okay. Let's paste that here and okay. Let's try that again. Maybe okay, we don't need that. Okay. Our web page looks like this. Very simple. Log in, username, password, and log in. So now we need to install ngrok. But what is that? So ngrok is a developer tool that creates secure tunnels from public internet to your local machine. It's especially handy when you want to expose a local server, like a web app or API, to the outside world without deploying it. So here we need to open a new terminal. So let's take down this and we go to File and New tab. And we use this command, these commands here. So first, let's paste this. This will install, check, and install ngrok. And then we need to unzip it. And we need to give it like this. And Kelly. I will share all these commands on the description box. So now we have ngrok in place. But so now we need to get an auth token from ngrok website, and we need to register a user to get that. So I will show you how to do it. So we need to visit, let's open this again. This website. So dashboard ngrok, get started your auth token. We need to register first. So let's use Google. Okay, I will hide this info. Okay. Now we have registered. So now we will get our token. So let's wait. Okay, your token, auth token. We need this. We need to copy this and use it with another command. So let's save it here, for example. Now we need to use this command here, ngrok token. So something like that. So ngrok config add auth token and send, and then paste your token. Copy. I mean this one. Let's copy it here, paste it here, and click enter once. Now we are good to go. So now we need to add the token to our ngrok, which is done. And now we can start a tunnel. So how to do that? So we use this command, ngrok http 8080, and click enter. And now our ngrok tunnel is now up. And we can see this is a link that we have got. Okay. So now we need to open a new terminal. So file, new tab. Okay. Now it is time to use Maskphish and clone it and open it. So we use this command. So git clone https maskfish. Press enter once, and we need to cd. So here, if you do ls, you can see that we have this. So cd maskfish, and to run it we need, so again ls, we need to run this. So bash and mask, and now we are inside Maskphish, and here it says paste phishing URL here, which is, if we go back here, this is our link. So let's copy this, copy, and go back to our Maskphish, paste to clipboard, and click enter once. And now it's asks us to add something, to add what website. So for example, what website do you want to show to the user? So in this case, let's, for example, pretend that this is a YouTube. So let's youtube.com, okay? And type social engineering words. And social engineering words in this situation is very much free premium access. So to lure people, attackers use these kind of things. So free. And now we have our link, as you can see here. So youtube.com, free premium access at, if you see this, you know this is a phishing link. So now what we can do, we can test on Chrome. And we now, as you can see, we have our login page using a phishing YouTube link. So let's copy this and back to Chrome. Let's paste it here, and okay, ngrok will show this only the first time. And here you can see the page. So what happens when, okay, now we have our page, which is called, so when attackers send this link, they send youtube.com, and maybe all users, maybe the most users, will only read to this much, youtube.com, okay, that's safe. They don't understand what is here. So what happens when someone clicks and enters credentials? So when someone clicks the mask link, they are taken to our fake login page. If they enter their credentials and hit login, the form sends that data to login PHP, which quietly locks it to a file. So let's go back to our page here. Let's say admin and any password. Say admin password. So if a user clicks once here, login, okay, the page is dead. But if you go back here, for the attacker, this is not important anymore. So if we head back to our Kali, type ls here, okay, we did not get, so if we take a look at our nano login, okay, that is not the correct code. Let's exit this. Let's take out this, create new one, login PHP, and let's copy the correct code. So the code should look like this, and save and exit. So let's try again here. Let's back. Say at the user adds username and password and clicks login. So as we said, what happens after this is not important. So even if this website dies, that is not important for the attacker. What is important is here. So if you take again ls here, you can see a new file created, this one. And so cat threats, and you can see here the username and the password of the user, which is the goal of all this. So now, how to protect yourself? So always hover over links before clicking. Don't trust links with the @ symbol. So this symbol here, any link with this symbol is dangerous. Use browser's protections and security extensions. Never log in from links sent through DMs or sketchy emails. So, a disclaimer again, this was a controlled demo done in a private lab. No real users were involved and no credentials were sent to real servers. This video is for educational and awareness purposes only. Do not use these tools outside of legal penetration testing environments. So, I hope this demo helped you understand how easy it is to create believable phishing links and why it's so important to stay alert online. So if you want more tutorials like this, subscribe and let me know what you'd like to see next. So this video is done here, so thank you for watching and see you in the next video.